We continue now at the top of Daf Nun Hayim and Beis Meseches Shabbos. This is Shabbos Daf 55b. The Gemara just finished saying that there's no death or no Yisurin without some kind of a sin. So the Gemara now asks from a Brisa. Meisve, they ask from the following Brisa. Amru Malachi Asharis Lefnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The Brisa says that the angels said in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Ribono Shel Olam, Master of the world, Mibnei Ma Kanasta Misa Al Adam Harishon. Why did you declare that there would be Misa on Adam Harishon? Amar Lahem, he said to them, Mitzvah Kalat Tzivisiv, I commanded him a simple mitzvah of Avar Aleh, and he transgressed against it. Amar Aleh, so it said back, so they said back, Amru Aleh, they said back, V'ala Moshe v'Aaron shekaimu kol haTorah kula v'mesu. What about Moshe and Aaron? They fulfilled the entire Torah, and they died. So Amar Lehu, so he said to the Malachim, Mikra echad l'tzadik v'larasha l'tov v'gomer. Basically, the same result is going to happen at this point. It doesn't matter. Tzadik, Rasha doesn't make any difference. The clear implication of this brisa is that a person, in this case Moshe and Aaron, can die even without any sin. That's the implication of the brisa. So that goes against what we said before. So the Gemara says, Hu damar ki hai tana detanya. No, he says like the following brisa, meaning there's another brisa which disagrees with this. The brisa says, Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar, Omer Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar says, Af Moshe v'Aaron b'chatasam mesu. That even Moshe and Aaron died because of a sin. Shenemar, like it says, Yan lo hemantem bi, that the reason why is because you didn't trust in me. So if they had had the proper trust, again this was by the hitting of the rock, so had they trusted properly in Hashem, adayin lo higiaz manchem lipater min ha'olam, they would not have your time would not have arrived to depart from the world. Gemara now asks from another brisa, Meisve, they ask the following question, Arba Mesu be'itav shel nachash. The brisa essentially means that there are 4 people who died because of the snake. Rashi here explains. Be'itav shel nachash, ba'atsaso shel nachash, shehisi l'chava v'lo b'chet acher, shelo chatu. The idea basically is they only died because of what happened, the story in Bereshis between the Nachash and Chava, that he made her sin. They did no other sin. They otherwise would not have deserved to die. So again, you're seeing already that you have an example of people dying without any chet. The Elohein, here are the 4 people who have no sin whatsoever and they died. Binyamin ben Yaakov, one is Binyamin, the son of Yaakov. Amram avi Moshe, Amram, who is the father of Moshe. Yishai avi David, Yishai the father of David. Kolev ben David, and then Kolev the son of David. Those are the 4 individuals who did no sin. V'chulu Gemara, and the Gemara says all of these really are just tradition. Levar mi Yishai avi David, except for Avishai, the father of David, the Mefarish Beikra, where the pasuk says explicitly that he didn't sin, because the pasuk said Zechsiv, because it says V'asamasa Sam Avshalom Tachas Yoav Sar Hatzava V'amasa Ben Ish Ushmo Yisra HaYisraeli Asher Boal Avigail Bas Nachash Achos Tzruya Eim Yoav. So the Gemara, so the pasuk here rather, the pasuk over here says that Avigail was Bas Nachash. So the Gemara says V'chi Bas Nachash Havai V'alo Bas Yisha Havai. Really, she was not the daughter of a man named Nachash. She was a daughter of Yishai. Like it says, Dechsiv, it says, Va'ach Yosei and Sruya Va'avigail. So that same Avigail is listed in this pasuk as one of the daughters of Yishai. Ela Bas Misha Meis Be'itav Shel Nachash. Obviously, the word Nachash, or maybe not obviously, but the Gemara says that the word Nachash is a reference to Yishai because he died only because of what happened with the Nachash and Chava. He did not do any of his own sins. So now the Gemara says, Moni, who is the author of this brisa that there's only 4 people who died without sin? Ilay matana de Malachi Asharis. If you're going to say it's the earlier Tana we had of the Malachi Asharis, that brisa of Ika Moshe v'Aaron. According to that brisa, then Moshe and Aaron also did not sin. And why are they not listed here? Elolav, rather you must say, Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar, that this brisa follows Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar, that Moshe and Aaron did sin. Ushmamina yesh misa below chet v'yesh yisurin below avon, and you see from this that there is dying, because even the Tana over there who held that they did sin would agree that there were some people who died without sin. Right? Moshe and Aaron sinned. That's true. That Tana holds that, but they would agree that there are some examples. These 4 people who died without any sins. The Gemara says indeed it's a refutation of Ravami. It is a refutation. We do see clearly that no matter which opinion you hold, like, there has to be some examples of people who died without any sins. Take a quick look at Rashi over here. Rashi says, Va'achiyosei, Rashi says, Bivnei Yishai Mishtoi, we're talking here about the children of Yishai, and the Gemara says, Allah, Rav Shimon Elazar, Dam Moshe V'Aaron Becheta Mesu, that Moshe and Aaron indeed sinned, Umod Bahani, but there's an admission that there are some people who die without sin. The Gemara now continues at the two dots. Gemara says, Amr Rav Shmuel bar Nachmeni, Amr Rav Yonasan, Rav Shmuel bar Nachmeni says, in the name of Rav Yonasan, Kol ha'omer Ruvain Choteino Latoa. Anybody who says Ruvain sinned is nothing other than mistaken. The idea is here that since we're discussed people who never sinned or did sin and dying without sin or dying with sin, therefore now the Gemara is going to go through, really till the end of the Perek, is going to go through various individuals who, when you read the Psukim, the simple explanation, it may seem like they did a great sin, and the Gemara is going to say, maybe it is not the case. So the Gemara says anybody who says that Ruvain sinned is simply mistaken. Shenemar, like it says, Vayu b'nei Yaakov shnei Masar. It says that the children of Yaakov were 12. It says that right after the sin of Ruvain, Melamed shekulan shkulam ka'achas. That pasuk is meant to teach you that they're all equal. That really Ruvain did not sin. Elamani mekayim vayishkav es bila pilegesh aviv. Okay, so what does the pasuk mean when it says that Ruvain lied or lay with the concubine of his father, with Bila? That seems like a sin. The Gemara says, "Melamed shebilbo mitzo shalaviv." Really, all it means is that he mixed up the bedroom of his father. Umal olav akasav ki'ilu shachavima. The pasuk considers it as if he laid with her. Tani, we learned in a brayser of Shimon Elazar. Rav Shimon Elazar says, "Mutzal oso tzadik meoso avon v'lo ba ma'isa zel liyado." He says that this tzaddik should be saved from being blamed for this sin. This thing never would have happened. He certainly never slept with Bila. Efshar asid zaro lamar al harevel. Is it possible that the children of Ruvain would one day stand in Harevel, Velomer, and say, Ara shochev im eishes aviv? They would stand and say the pasuk that cursed should be the person who lays with the wife of his father, v'yavo chet zel liyado, and you think that this chet came to his hands? Elamani mekayim vayishkav es bila pilegashav. So what does the pasuk really mean when it says that he laid with Bila? Elbon imotava. Really, he was claiming the embarrassment of his mother. Amar imachos imi haisat tzara imi. He said, if my mother's sister was a tzara, was a co-wife with my mother, meaning Rachel and Leah competed for Yaakov's attention. If Rachel was a competition for my mother, shivchas achos imi tei tzara imi, should the shivcha of the sister of my mother, meaning Bila, who's the shivcha of Rachel, should she also be competition to my mother? Amanu vilvelas mitzvah. Therefore he came and he mixed up the beds. Essentially he switched it that Ruvain should be in the tent of his mother Leah. That's what it means before when it says he mixed up the bed. Acherim omrim, some people say shtei mitzvos bilbil, that he actually mixed up two beds. Achas shel shchina v'achas shel aviv. It was both the bed of the shchina and the bed of his father. B'hainu dechsiv as chilalti yitzui ala al tikri yitzui elu yitzuai. If you read it with the parentheses, the idea is there's two of them. Let's take a look at Rashi over here. Rashi says, "V'yavo chetzel liyado v'yigzar Kadosh Baruch Hu sheyiyu min hamekalim," that Kadosh Baruch Hu should make a gezerah that he's going to be one of the people reading off this curse. Obviously, he didn't do it. Obviously, he's reading off this curse to indicate that he did not sleep with Bila. And then the Gemara said, "Achas shel shchina." There was one bed of the shchina. Kach haya Yaakov osa barba hali nashav. The following is what Yaakov would do in the 4 tents of his 4 wives. Mamid mita l'shchina, he would actually have a bed for the shchina. Uva oso oel shu roa bo shchina, and whichever tent in which he saw the shchina, hu ba v'lon oso lal. That's the one where he would go. So, and then it says, Chilalta oso shem sha'al al yitzuai dahainu shchina. Looks of yitzui alisa tamacher at shelo nivna oel moed haisa shchina mitzuya ba'olei tzadikim. The idea is that before the Ol Moed was built, the Shechina would actually be in the tents of the Tzaddikim, and that's Yitzuai, that's the Shechina's bed, which Ruvain mixed up. The Gemara now says, Kitanoi, it's actually a machlokas tanoim about whether or not Ruvain sinned. Pasuk says about Ruvain, Pachaz kamayim al tosar, that he's impulsive like water. Rabbi Eliezer Omer pazta chavta zalsa. Rabbi Yoshua Omer pasata al das chatasa zanisa. These are all different interpretations. We'll see Rashi what it means, Pachaz kamayim al tosar. Rabbi Gamliel Omer pilalta chalsa zarchat filascha. So Rashi here explains as follows. First of all, Pachaz is Nutrikon, who it's obviously an acronym. So Pazta, Lashon Amma, Paziza, Pazta, Miharta, Be'atzmacha v'chatasa. Means you were quick, you actually did do a sin. Zalsa also, Zilzalta, this was an embarrassment. What was it? What happened? Pilalta, Lihinatzil min achet. If you learn it as Pilalta, it means that he davened and he actually saved himself from sin. Chalsa v'echal Moshe, like davening. Zazata yoresalachto. You were afraid to sin. Now Rashi sums it up. Rabbi Eliezer, Rabbi Yoshua chata. If you understand this, then according to Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Yoshua, it turns out that he did sin. According to Rabbi Gamliel and Modai, which we'll read in a second, he tried to sin, but he did not actually sin. So again, according to Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Yoshua, both Rabbi Eliezer's pasta chavta zalsa and Rabbi Yoshua pasata al das, you transgressed, you stepped over the religion. Chatasas and you did sin. Those two say he did sin. Rabbi Gamliel says he saved himself by davening against Zorcha Tfilascha. And then Rabbi Gamliel says Adayin Srichan Anu L'Modai. We still need the words of Modai. Rabbi Elazar Hamodai Omer, because Rabbi Elazar Hamodai says Hafuch Esateva V'Darsha. You need to flip the letters of the word around and darshan it. Zazata Hirsata Parcha Chet Mimcha. You trembled, you were afraid, and the chet fled away from you. So again, you did not sin. Rava Amar V'Amri Lo Rav Yirmiyah bar Abba. Rava says, some people say it was Rav Yirmiyah bar Abba that said, Zacharta onsha shel davar, you remembered, again, flip it around, you remembered the punishment, Chalisa atzmacha choli gadol peirashta milachto, you had a great sickness when you prevented yourself, when you separated yourself from sin. The Gemara now has a way, a mnemonic to remember the next Gemara's Ruvain, B'nai Eli, B'nai Shmuel, David, Shlomo, V'yoash, Simon. This is a simon for all the various individuals in Tanakh that we're going to discuss whether or not they sinned. Amr Rabbi Shmuel bar Nachmani, Amr Rabbi Yonasan, Rabbi Shmuel bar Nachmani says in the name of Rabbi Yonasan, Kala Omer b'nei Eli chatu. Anybody who thinks the children of Eli sinned, Eino Elato, is simply mistaken. Shenamar, like it says, V'sham Shnei b'nei Eli Amar Briso Elokim, Chafni uPinchas Kohanim LaHashem. It says that the b'nei Eli were there. Their names were Chafni and Pinchas. Savar lo Karav. Rav Shmuel bar Nachmani in the name of Rabbi Yonasan holds like Rav. The Amar Rav Pinchas, because Rav says Pinchas lo chata. Pinchas did not sin, and Makish Chafni lo Pinchas, and then we compare Chafni to Pinchas. Ma Pinchas lo chata, just like Pinchas didn't sin, Af Chafni lo chata, so too Chafni didn't sin. So both of them were not sinners. Elamani mekayim asher yishkavun es hanashim. What does it mean when it says that they lied together with the women? Mitoch shesho es kinein. Because of the fact that the real sin, again, this was much more minor, it wasn't that they laid together with these married women, it was that they delayed them bringing their karbanos, and that delayed them being able to go back to their husbands. So the pasuk considers it as if they lay with them. We'll take a look at Rashi over here. Rashi says, anybody who says they sinned in the sin specifically of adultery, that's a mistake. Nevertheless, they certainly did sin when it came. They sinned certainly when it came to bizayon, to disgrace and kachim. So the point here is, again, they didn't do the sin which seems to be recorded, the very major sin. Rav is going to say later on in the sugya that Pinchas didn't sin. That's going to be learned out of a pasuk. Rav Yonasan Yalef Law lechafni mehaikra. So Rav Yonasan is learning from this pasuk that Chafni also didn't sin. The Makish Chafni LePinchas, that we compare Chafni to Pinchas. So we'll see Rav in a moment. Now it says, Shashoes Kinein Shayu Mesarvin Lahakrav Shum Korban Ela Bekushi Kedichsiv Gam B'Terem Yaktirin Sachela V'Gomer. It would take very difficult, it would take a lot of convincing to have them bring a carbon. So when women who were Zavos, or they had just given birth, and they came to Shiloh in order to bring their karbanos, they would delay. So the woman couldn't rely on the fact that the karbanos were brought properly. And they would stay there. They would only go back to their husbands when they saw that the karbanos were brought. And they were tar. That's why the pasuk considers as if they laid with them. Because they prevented them from engaging in the mitzvah of Periya Veribya, of being fruitful and multiplying. So that's how the Gemara understands it. Now the Gemara says Gufa, going back to what we said before. Amar Rav said Pinchas lo chata. Pinchas did not sin. Shenemar, like it says, V'achia ben Achitov Achei Kavod ben Pinchas ben Eli Kohen Hashem v'Gomer. So this pasuk is in Shmuel Aleph, and it's listing Achia ben Achitov's lineage. So the Gemara says, Efsher chet baliyadu, you think that he sinned ba'kos of miyachso, and the pasuk would give a yichus to him and mention him almost as if he's a praiseworthy person? Of course not. V'lo kvar nemer, it already says, Yikares Hashem le'ish asher yasena er va'ona me'al Yaakov u'magish minchol Hashem tzvokos. And we darshan him Yisrael hu lo yelo er b'chachamim. Such a person meaning such a person who sins, Yachres Hashem, it should be right. Yachres Hashem leish, that person should be cut off. Asher yasena er va'ona me'ola Yaakov v'magash mincha Hashem tzavako. So we darshan, and we say, if he's Yisrael, lo yelo er b'chachamim, v'lo ona b'talmidim. He shouldn't have any mention amongst the chachamim or the talmidim. He shouldn't be with them. V'im kohen hu, and if he's kohen, lo yelo ben magash mincha, he shouldn't have a son who brings a mincha. Point being that such a person is cut off, and now you're going to have you're going to be miyachesim. That wouldn't make any sense. You see from here that Pinchas did not do a sin, or at least did not do that sin. So it seems to say that he did. It says yishkevon, that he lays with them. No, it really should be read yishkevon. But it doesn't. It say el b'ni kilo tova hashmua amar Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak. Not bonai, but beniksiv. It says it in the singular. V'achsiv ma'avirim. Amar Ravuna bar Yishua ma'aviram ksiv. It says ma'aviram. V'achsiv b'nei Belial mitoch shahaya lo lePinchas limchos lechafni. Since Pinchas should have protested against Chafni, v'lo michan, he didn't protest. Ma'alo lavakasiv kiluchata. That's why he considers as if he did the same sin. We're going to see this in Rashi to explain this. But first of all, Rashi says. First of all, could Pinchas possibly have sinned, and the pasuk would be miyachesim l'shvach, to praise him? Then they're going to be miyachis, his grandson, after him. By the very avera of adultery, it says yachres Hashem leish v'gomer v'hai krab ala nochres ve'ala zona mishtay. That's exactly what this pasuk is talking about. Somebody who has relations with a nochres or a zona. Kodesh Hashem Asheroi V'Bo Bas El Nechor V'Darshinu Kichol Yehuda Kadesh Zu Zona. We say it really means a zona, it means a prostitute. V'cheinu Omer Lo Siya Kadesha V'Gomer. And then it said that if he's a Yisrael, he's not going to have air with the Chacham. And what does that mean exactly? Charif, he won't be sharp. Lahavin Lahoros Ben Chacham, he won't be able to understand things and to teach amongst, together with the Chachamim. Kedaminu be'erevin aronis. We use the same term in Erevin. V'im Kohen, if he's a Kohen, v'kan miyaches Kohen magash mincha achar Pinchas. Exactly what we're doing over here. We're saying that there's a Kohen who we're being miyaches, that he brings a mincha, and we're miyaches him after Pinchas. Then it says, "V'aksiv al b'ni ki totova ashmo asher nochi shomea ma'avirim Hashem aviem haya mochicham." So these psukim that we're bringing over here, which indicate both children, both Chafni and Pinchas, are being rebuked. This is their father rebuking them. V'aksiv ma'avirim amar Ravuna brei Rav Yishua ma'aviram ksiv kasha be'enai shem ha'chacham hanizkar kan. So first of all, Rashi says this chacham, this amora who's mentioned over here, it's difficult. Ki Omer Ani Shatos Gadolhu V'lo Garsin Lo Laham Milsa Sher B'Svarim Mugim Ksiv. In the proper Svarim it says Ma'avirim V'Gam Misor Hagadol V'Makam Shemenuyan Sham Kol HaTevas V'lo Ksiv Ben Yud V'Korin V'lo Nimne Zeh. This is not one of the items that's mentioned. This word is not one of the words mentioned that's missing a Yud. V'Menuyan Al Piach Cheshbon. They're all counted exactly. V'Zu and Akasha. But he says this is not really so difficult. It's not so difficult. Really, this language of ma'avirim does not mean a transgression in avera. It means like you call out. He called out in the camps. They're announcing about these sins that I hear about you. It's a language of plural. It's going on the people of Hashem. It's not going on the children of Eli. They're the ones, the Bnei Eli are the Ovrim. So Rashi essentially says that this whole exchange over here does not apply the word ma'avirim. You should take it out, because ma'avirim is not going on the averas that they are doing. It's going on the fact that people cried out about the averas that they're doing. But in any case, the point is that Rav was saying Pinchas did not sin, and any reference you have to plurality of people singing, it really is singular, and it was really only Chafni who sinned. Again, later on we say that there's a comparison possibly between Pinchas and Chafni, but according to Rav, it was just Pinchas that did not sin. Since he didn't protest, it's as if he did sin. Amar Rav Shmuel bar Nachmani, Amar Rav Yonasan. Now Rav Shmuel bar Nachmani says in the name of Rav Yonasan, Kol Omer, anybody who says, and we'll continue this discussion in the next video on Daf Nun Vav Amar Aleph.